Hey everyone, so glad you're here. I'm Serena Curran, and I'm excited to be with you today to talk about receptivity. Why? Because that is like a pivotal core uh, sustaining foundation for your manifesting, for your marketing, and for your money. So, um, I'm going to give you some tools and tips, and there'll be some different perspectives than you're used to hearing in this little video for you. So let's just begin. Um, so, receptivity can be a little deceptive because we can actually think that we're being receptive when in fact we're not. So it's a kind of tricky thing, but it's also something that we can easily cultivate. And some of the simple ways of cultivating it is to notice where you always think you're right, or whether you're willing to allow in other ideas, other possibilities. Notice if you, I'm just going to slow down here because that's part of being receptive also, is slowing right down. How do you respond to other people's ideas? Are you receptive to them? Because it makes a difference. The way that you're acting in your daily life with regards to your interactions with other people and your level of receptivity is going to impact your level of receptivity to everything. As I said, to your manifesting, to your marketing ideas, your services, and to your money. Yeah. So, it's interesting that in order to really hone your receptivity, one of the things that you can do is, well, as I just said, first notice where you're not being receptive and start to make choices to become receptive in those areas, but also to be present and to be really here, because sometimes the information that it's going to help us, or the ideas or the inspiration that's going to help us, come in a very quiet way. But if we're not in our bodies and we're not present, we're going to miss it. It could be that, let me slow down again. It could be that song on the radio. It could be that conversation you overhear. It could be some image on a billboard that you see, something you hear on television that suddenly triggers the information that you need, triggers the aha moment that you're looking for, the inspiration that you're seeking. But if you don't hear those things or see them or sense them, then they're missed opportunities, right? They're missed receptions is what they really are. So again, it's about sort of paying attention to yourself during the day and noticing, am I lost in my head? Because we have been trained to be lost in our heads, right? And we can get in there and spin around, spin around, spin around, and go nowhere. So am I lost in my head, or am I really present? Am I hearing what's going on around me? Am I lost in my head, or have I dropped down into my heart? And that's one of the tools that you can use if you're up here in your head, is to drop down into your heart. Begin to feel your body, feel your hands, feel your fingers, feel your feet and your toes and the other parts of your body, and feel what they feel like energetically. That's another way of bringing yourself present, just really bringing yourself here. And of course, then the other piece is that if you're going too fast, you're not going to hear any of that. It's too much. There's too much speed. You're not going to hear those impulses that you'll need in order to create what it is you're desiring to create. So, asking the right questions is really important, but really, training yourself to be more open by noticing the places where you tend to close down and making a conscious choice to open up again, dropping down into your heart and feeling what's going on in your heart, feeling your physical body, And so you're present. Notice if you're hearing the sounds around you, or are you lost somewhere else? Because I can guarantee you, we spend a lot of time lost in our thoughts. And when you're lost in your thoughts, you're not receptive. You're just receptive to your thoughts. So again, practicing coming back into your body, practicing raising your awareness. You can even do something like take a haiku walk and go out and walk and listen to the sounds. And I say a haiku walk because haiku poetry is really about just your experience. So if you went out and took a walk and you noticed the color of the vegetation, the trees and the grass and the smells and the sounds, you're bringing yourself greater awareness, and you're increasing your ability to receive. So how does this segue into manifesting? Well, manifesting is all about asking. And of course, we're told that if we ask, it is given, or if we're asking from our heart's desire, it is given. Remember, that's very important. And another reason to be receptive to our own hearts, because in there is where we have all the truth about what it is we really desire. So we ask for our true desires, and they are given. And maybe they're not given in the timing that you think that they should be given, but they're given. But sometimes we're just not present enough to receive them. We're just not here. We're just not open. And so we can miss. And as I said, in manifesting, this can cause a lot of frustration. Because if you've done your manifesting, if you've come from your heart's desire and you've gotten your vibration correct and all of the things that contribute to manifesting, if you've made the right choices, taken the right actions, and again, that's part of receptivity, right? Because when you're receptive, you're able to ask, what's my right next choice? What's my right next action? And use that as guidance in your manifesting process. So again, we go back to that receptivity. If got to be there and present and listening and open and allowing the space. Okay, so we'll let some space come here right now. Allowing space for the information to come to you, the energetics to come to you. There was something else I was going to say there. What was it? Money. About money. So, and the same thing holds for money. We hear the stories about people who receive a lot of money and aren't able to keep hold of it. And part of that is not having expanded enough to receive, not allowed themselves the possibility of really owning that much money. So like I think of, somebody who wins the lottery and wins millions of dollars, and then 2 years later they're bankrupt because they never had the chance, or they didn't go through the process of really expanding their consciousness to allow them to hold that much energy. So they weren't receptive to it, we could say. We're not receptive to it. So receptivity actually has impact in every part of your life. If you're not receptive to other people, that affects your relationships. If you're not receptive to inspiration, that affects your ability to manifest. It affects your ability to market. It affects your ability to generate money by exchange of value. So I hope that you've gotten some tips here on receptivity and the value of it, the importance of it. And I will let you know that I am right now working on a new program that is around receptivity, money, manifesting, and marketing. And for those of you who are ready to do make some changes or reinvent some parts of your business, this will be really an important and valuable program for you. Or if you are new and you're new to creating programs, this will be helpful for you as well. Creating offers, this will be helpful for you too as well. So look for the announcement of that. And please do share this video with anyone that you think would benefit. And I thank you from my heart to yours for being here with me. Have a beautiful day.